There we go, there we go, there we go. What's up? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Business Credit Bootcamp. There we go, there we go, there we go. What's up, good people? Oh man, let me turn Monday. My welcome to the volume down credit here. Okay, perfect. The volume is down here. What's up, y'all? What's up? Talk to me. Who we got in the chat? Who we got on the line? Who we got on the line? Before we get started, I want you to drop your name and the city you from, the business you have. Let's go. Let's go. Can y'all hear me good? Amazing, 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 amazing. Talk to me. I want to make sure we don't got no AI bots on the line. We got real people with real businesses and real purposes and real destinies and real customers and clients in the marketplace. Amazing, 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 amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Miami real estate. We got Lemon Lux. We got Carter Solutions. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Big Joe from Maryland. Yes, sir. Karen, D.C. Shaquita, D.C. Tierra. Yeah, I love it. 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 Amazing, amazing, amazing. From NC in the building. Outstanding, man. I'm super pumped up and excited, man, for this Business Credit Bootcamp, man. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining in, tapping in, man. I'm ready to release some real information that I believe could be absolutely or will be absolutely life-changing on your journey, man. So, man, if y'all ready, man, type I'm ready in the chat. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Mari from Fort Lauderdale. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Amen. Yes, 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 yes. The people are ready this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you at. Amazing, 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 amazing. Well, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, man, with just a slight introduction, man. As I mentioned to you guys prior to, man, welcome to the Business Credit Bootcamp. I'm sure everybody found me online as we've been marketing and promoting it online. But, man, I'm super ridiculously excited about business credit as a whole, man. My background, man, I come from automotive finance as well as mortgage finance. And when I was in the mortgage industry and even in automotive finance, man, I began to see the gap. I begin to see the gap in education. I begin to see the gap in understanding, the gap in underwriting. And so for me, man, I took it upon myself, man. I said, man, I want to run all throughout the earth, man, and just teach this information, man, that was life-changing to me, man, and a ton of, man, my students, mentees, and people that I've shared the information with. And so, man, with that being said, today, man, I am going to break down. I am going to absolutely break down step by step, man, the business structure that you need. Okay, so many times we try to go out and do things, but we don't have the right foundation. That's like saying, man, I want the house. Man, I want the house, but I don't have the foundation. I want the marriage, but I don't have the foundation. I want the business, but I don't have the foundation. And so for me, one of the things that has been absolutely pivotal and transformation in my journey has been understanding the foundation. Okay, man, this may sound cliche, very simplistic, but man, how do I get to the right destination at the right time with the right information if I don't have the right foundation? Okay, and so, man, I'm excited to release this information to you guys. But one of the things that I also want you guys to, man, take note of as well is this. And I want you to write it down, and I never want you to forget it. And that is never do any one thing for one reason. Never do any one thing for one reason. I say that because this information that I'm going to be releasing today has the propensity and the capacity to give you another revenue stream. I've had people, mentees of mine, students of mine, people that have come to workshops, classes, online sessions that have taken this information and that have created six-figure businesses just off of today. Now, again, today is truly for you to set up the foundation so that you can have the proper business structure in order to get your company funded. But if you're somebody that says, hey, I'm in the economy right now, I want to add another revenue stream, I'm in a position where, I want to create more revenue for myself. Today is the day that I want you to take notes like never before. I want you to take notes like absolutely never before, because people have structured businesses off of this. There's so many people who are going out into the economy right now that are starting businesses that say, hey, I don't want to just work a job, or hey, I want to start another business. And this right here is a surefire way to bring in revenue. So again, I don't want you guys to look at any one thing for one reason. That could be within your sphere of the business that you have now, or any other new business that you decide to create. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to share with you guys is that we have people in all different sections and sectors of business and timelines and all that on the line. Based on the information that I released today, there are some people on the line that are going to need to absolutely restructure their business. There are going to be people on the line that just need to start new businesses. There are going to be people on the line that say, hey, Jerone, I already have what I need in place, but I just needed to add another component to my business. All right. And so again, the name of today's session, this is a phrase that I coined, if you will, or philosophy that I created by way of my journey. And so I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you guys before, but in my business journey and even funding journey, I was able to garner over $1 million in funding based on the information that I've applied, but obviously what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Okay. And so these particular pillars is something that you absolutely want to have. And what I call this day 31 Gets It Done. All right. I want to make sure y'all got that. Can y'all throw that in the chat for me? It's called 31 Gets It Done. Talk to me in the chat. I need to see the people. 31 Gets It Done. Yeah. 31 gets it done. 31 gets it done. 31 gets it done. My bestest friends, my amazing friends in the whole wide world. There are 31 components that every business owner in the world should know about. Whether you have it or not, that is a different story. But there are 31 components that every business owner should know about. Okay? 31 components. 31. I see y'all talking to me in the chat. I love it. Okay. So we're going to get to it. We're going to get to 31 Gets It Done. But prior to, I just got something that I need to release to y'all. Real quick, man, because I said each day we're going to be going for an hour. Okay, so today, 12 to 1, tomorrow, 12 to 1, so forth and so on. So, man, I'm looking forward to having an absolutely electric time with you guys for the next 5 days, okay? But there's something that I want to share with you guys. For those of you guys, I believe everybody on the line knows that, man, I'm a lover of God. I'm a minister. Man, I do everything, man, in operation or in accordance to the Spirit. And so, man, I wake up just on fire every single day. On fire every single day for the Lord, on fire every single day to make impact. And I believe that business can be a cause for good, okay? Man, everybody in business is not cruddy. Everybody in business is, not trying to get over on somebody. Everybody in business is not a liar. But I believe that business can be a cause for good in your business. You on this line can be a cause for good in the marketplace. And so I want to share, man, just a quick scripture with you guys. A quick scripture. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes. So, man, I want to share a quick scripture with you guys. That is one of my favorite scriptures. Man, it's so inspiring. It's so fiery, man. It just turns me up every single time I see it, I read it, I hear it. And this is King Solomon. He's talking in Ecclesiastes. And Ecclesiastes 9 and 10 says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all of your might. I'm going to say that again. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, King Solomon says, whatever your hand finds to do, I want you to do it with all of your might, because the place that you're going, there'll be nor knowledge, nor wisdom, or working. That is the grave. No matter how much, no matter what I do in this lifetime, I'm going to the grave. My flesh, my body is going to the grave. And when I hear that scripture, I get so excited because it gives credence to the fact that everybody, let me turn and look at the camera because I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. Don't you ever forget this. Everybody on this line has a limited time frame in the earth. You got limited time. And so often we get information, but we don't act upon the information. I want everybody on this line to take this information that I give, and I want you to apply it with a divine level of urgency. Apply it like somebody just had a heart attack. Apply it like your house is burning down. Apply. Take the information and apply. Do not, I want you to lay your hand on your chest right now and say, I will not be the entrepreneur that gets the right information but does not apply. I'm going to say it again. I will not be the entrepreneur that gets the right information but does not apply. I'm going to say it 3 times. I will not be. I know what other people might do. I will not be the entrepreneur that gets access to the right information but does not apply. When I tell you guys, this information changed my life. I'm going to release it to you guys. This is the information that I use to garner over $1 million. This is the information that I use to invest in real estate. This is the information I use to buy vehicles in my business name. This is the information I use to build out my studio, to hire employees, to leverage and pay for marketing, for ebooks and classes and boot camps. This is every single thing that you need, because my goal, my mission, and my desire is that you be empowered. I want you to be empowered. This is why I do what I do. This is why I'm passionate about what I do, because I am sick. Whether you're on this line and you work a 9 to 5, whether you're on this line and you got your job and you also have your business, whether you're on this line and you just have your business, one thing that grieves me is untapped potential. One thing that grieves me is people being being in the earth, being in the marketplace and suffering from lack. I believe that you are abundant. You are abundant, and you have access to be as abundant as you desire to be. But it all comes with application. Faith cometh by hearing, but faith without works is dead. You can have the faith, you can have the information, but if you don't put the work in, if you don't begin to implement the information that you got, it's pointless. So, man, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Let's get into it again. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. Give it everything you got, because time is limited. Give it everything you got, because you don't know. Let me tell you, as I was in prayer, as I was in worship this morning, I said, today not even promised. Tomorrow not promised. Wednesday not promised. What is your legacy? What is your legacy? What is the thing that people will remember you for? Implementation. When I see GL, I want to say, GL Davis, when she get information, she apply. When I see Rick Campbell, when he get the information, he go to work. When I see Tawana Hawkins, when she get the information, it's done. When I see Dawn Cherry, when I see Karen, when I see Tiara, when I see Shaquille, when I see these people are no nonsense people that apply work. Why? Because they believe. They believe, and they know that their company, that their purpose, that their force, that they are a leader in the economy. I begin telling myself stuff like this, man. The economy don't move if I don't get up and move. Stuff don't happen if I don't get up and move. So, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited and pumped up. Man, if y'all excited, man, type I'm excited in the chat and we're going to get started. We're going to get started. Yeah. I need to see it. Type I'm excited in the chat. Yeah. I love it. Amazing. I love it. The people are on fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. Amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. I believe I said everything I needed to say prior to jumping in. I believe I said everything I needed to say. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to be moving back and forth from my handy dandy board to write these things down, these different aspects that, again, every single person in the earth in entrepreneurship should at least know about. I want you to be very aware and very conscious as well that some of these aspects you will not need because they may not be applicable. Some of them may not be applicable for you, and that's okay. But I'm going to break down and I'm going to do my very best to articulate with clarity the aspects that you need and the things that you don't need. Again, this is the foundation that one needs to go out and begin to fund themselves, or at least be aware of. When bankers begin to talk to you, when bankers begin to talk to you, when you begin to talk to underwriters, they may be emailing you, you may be going inside of the bank. And another thing I want to mention to you guys is that a lot of this info and insight that I'm going to be giving you guys is something that I would say you can't find on ChatGPT, because it is based on, or it's a conglomerate of all of my experiences by actually going into banks, talking to people, getting approved, getting denied, etc. And so, with that being said, I want you guys to take note. I want you to engage. And what else? I want you to apply the information. Let's go. Hey, y'all, listen. Y'all might get a couple screams or a lot of screams, man, because I'm just excited about life. I'm high off life, baby. Let's go. All right, so here we go. The very first thing. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting excited now. The very first thing that I want you guys to do. I want you guys to do this today, and do not, I repeat, do not refrain from doing this. The number one thing that every business owner should have, okay, you should have this, is a business plan. All right. You need to have a business plan, not just for the sake of having the business plan, but again, we don't do anything for one reason. You want to have a business plan for the banking institution. When you go in, there are some, not all, okay, but there are some institutions that will ask you, can you provide us with your business plan? We're requesting your business plan. When you begin to look at loans like CDFI loans that we're going to talk about, or SBA loans, or different business lines of credit, when they're relinquishing or releasing cash, okay, they want to know, is this the consummate professional that has at least thought their business out? Do they know what they're doing? Do they have experience? Do they have a plan for employees? Do they have a vision statement? Do they have a mission statement? Do they have a brick and mortar place, or are they working from home? Do they have satellite locations? We want to know what the owner's strategy is. Okay? I want to know what your plan is. What is your strategy? What are you thinking? What's in your intellect? What's in your mind? Are you projecting for a $50,000 a year, for a $100,000 a year, for a $5 million a year? And can you articulate that as the leader, as the owner, as the consummate professional, as the world-class entrepreneur that you are? And so you want to have that business plan in place. And oh my goodness, what an amazing thing it is to have AI. Everybody on this line can go to ChatGPT right now, whether you got the free version or the paid version, and you can create your business plan by implementing key aspects and key components of your business. The second reason why you want a business plan is to guide yourself. As an entrepreneur, let me tap in. Y'all know we crazy. I said, y'all know we're a little crazy. You're up at 2 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're reading this book and reading that book and going to this seminar and going to that class and hiring this person and thinking about firing this person and paying this person. You got payroll, you got creativity, you got all of these things going on. The business plan helps keep you grounded. The business plan helps keep you intact. I know I'm a victim of it. Man, you start out, you got all of these ideas and you ripping and you running and you doing this and you doing that. But if you got your business plan, you can go back and say, no, this is the plan. This is the place we need to stick to. So that's number one. I want you guys to get that business plan down pat. Get that business plan. All right. Now, the next aspect, the next component that you guys must have, which is very vital, is number two. Number two is your business's name. Your business's name. Now, here's another key component, because some people, let me get back over here because I like to see the people's faces, okay? Your business name. What if I told you that your business name could be a make or break factor in you getting approved for $5,000 versus $100,000? Your business name alone. Okay, so I'm going to run through a few things or a few items that I absolutely never, ever want you to put inside of your business name. You never want to put real estate inside of your business name. I don't care how much real estate you sold. I don't care where you, do not put real estate inside of your business name. Do not put trucking inside of your business name. Do not put gambling inside of your business name. Do not put alcohol inside of your business name. Why am I saying this? Because how I love to describe it anytime I'm teaching is that I say, hey, at the end of the day, you don't ever want to present yourself as being a high risk business. I'm going to go through a couple of people on the line. We got Robin, we got Shaquita, we got Don, we got Karen, we got Ebony, we got Tawana, we got Ryan, we got Denzel, we got Rhea, we got Rick Campbell and Anthony Perkins, we got GL and Tar. Okay, if any of you amazingly dynamic, beautiful people came to me and said, Jerone, I need $100,000. All right, lending is based on two factors, capacity and risk factor. Okay, you asked me that question, Jerone, I need $100,000. Well, hey, Anthony, I'm actually not able to give you $100,000 right now because I don't have it. Okay, that's the first factor. The second factor of lending is risk factor. Okay, so Anthony comes to me for $100,000 and then GL comes to me for $100,000. Anthony's coming and Anthony wants to invest in a trucking company for $100,000. Now I go back in my Rolodex and I say, man, this trucking is a little risky based on what I've been reading, based on what I know. This is a risky business. But then GL comes and says, Jerone, man, I've been doing classes, I've been teaching, I've been coaching, or I've been selling real estate, but I also have 5 ebooks that I'm looking to start putting some marketing dollars behind. And I say, you know what? Man, what is the best use of my money? Because at the end of the day, I'm lending the money, but I want to get the money back. Thank you, sir. Trucking is suspect. Because the banks are looking at, okay, even if somebody's in real estate, you want business credit cards to go invest specifically in real estate. They're looking at that saying, well, how many people have failed in real estate? Right? And so there is a way to position yourself for you to get the funding. But again, you don't want to have that inside of your name, okay? Here's what I recommend at the end of the name. And some people have been saying it's high risk, but it's still been successful for me, okay? At the end of someone's name, you might have solutions, okay? At the end of someone's name, you may have consulting. At the end of someone's name, you might have management, okay? Or, watch this. You may have a situation where you don't have any of those things at the end of the name and it's just a bland name like Apex, or Southwest LLC, okay? Nimrod LLC, right? Something that somebody can take a look at and they really don't know, like the name can be interchangeable based on where you are. The name can be interchangeable. Okay. And so I want you guys to keep that in mind, because if you do not have the proper name for your business, it can cause you to fail immediately. All right. I'm going to give you guys one more example before we move on to the next one. All right. When I first started off, y'all, obviously always been in business. I gave you guys my background from automotive finance Enterprise is another one that's great. Enterprise or enterprises. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enterprise or enterprises is amazing. Okay, a name that's interchangeable, a name that doesn't just put you in a box. If somebody goes out and creates, Karen Credit Repair, it puts you in a box. Okay, Tierra Real Estate Investments, it puts you in a box. Now, if your company is already doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million, it doesn't matter. At that point, I'm talking to the entrepreneur that's a startup, that's just starting out, that's trying to figure out, how do I win and how do I position myself? Let me give you guys this as well. I want you to write this down, okay? This is the substratum, the foundation of what I teach. The substratum and the foundation of what I teach. There are 2 ways that somebody can do business or start a business. I can start a business just to sell, or I can start a business to sell and get funded. That is the basis of what we're going to be talking about for these next 5 days. I can start a business to just do business, or I can start a business to do business and get funded. And that is the way and the direction that I love to go in. Now, if somebody just wanted to go start a business, they could just go create an LLC, get a Zelle account, and you're doing business. Right? It's not rocket science. You got a phone number, you got an email address, go for it. But for me, I'm like, man, why, if we're in America, we're in a free enterprise system, and I have the concept and the idea that I can one day get $100,000 cash that I don't technically have to go work for, oh, I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to go figure that out. I need to figure that out. It's a free enterprise system. And so, I want you to keep that in mind. I want my business structured for business, but I also want it structured for business and funding. Okay? So, bingo. Here we go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Yes, 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 yes. I'm seeing the people are excited in the chat. Come on now. Why wouldn't you be excited with your life, with your world changing self? World changing self. Here we go. All right, so your business name, all right? You want the business name to be in order. Number 3, EIN, okay? EIN. Now, let me give you guys something funny, but, it's something that I teach. I said 7 numbers are heaven numbers. Why? Because y'all heavenly and y'all divine. Y'all got the picture. There we go. 7 numbers are heaven numbers. So what I do is there are 7 numbers. I repeat, I'm going to write it down on the board. There are 7 phone numbers there are 7 numbers that every business owner should at least have in mind. The thing is, again, I want you guys to be prepared. I want you guys to be empowered whenever you're sitting in front of a banker. One thing that I've realized and noticed is that a lot of times when we begin to sit in front of bankers, we become intimidated, we're scared, we're fearful. Why? Because we don't have the training, we don't have the experience or the expertise, because we're afraid that we might say something incorrect. And so here are the numbers that every business owner should indeed be aware of. Let's get to it. Perfect. All right. So first one we have here is EIN. Okay. Your EIN, for those of you guys, perhaps everybody on the line knows, but I don't want to forsake that people don't know. Your EIN is comparable to your social security number. So there are 2 ways that you are identified as an American citizen. Okay, one way by way of your social security number. The other one is by way of your EIN. It stands for Employee Identification Number. And this is a way that the American economy or system or taxation system identifies who you are. So if you do not have a EIN, then technically you're not structured in business. On to the next one. By the way, EIN, I want you guys to know, here's my recommendation. Don't ever let nobody charge you for an EIN. An EIN is 100% free. You can go to irs.gov and get you a EIN. EIN is 100% free. The next one that we have here is your NAICS code. It stands for North American. It stands for your NAICS code. It stands for your North American Industry Classification System. Okay. Here is another way that you are identified as a business owner, and this is another make or break situation if you are in business, because sometimes banks don't like to lend to high risk industries. For example, if somebody had a NAICS code that was attached to the trucking industry, oftentimes that would get declined. If somebody had an NAICS code attached to the real estate industry, oftentimes that would get declined. If somebody had an NAICS code that was related to gambling, okay, oftentimes that would get declined. But I have a few codes for you guys that are absolute surefire successes. All right, and I'm gonna write them down right here. So here are a few NAICS codes for you guys. One is the Marketing Consulting Services NAICS code. It's 541613. If you can tie it to marketing and consulting, what I believe is that everybody can make their business create some type of consulting leg in their business, whether they're writing books, whether they're picking up the phone and doing consultations for people, whether they're doing workshops, classes, whatever the case may be. Another one that you guys can utilize is management consulting services, which is 541618. Okay, this is management consulting. Okay, now here's another one, which is technical consulting. Again, it's not difficult to begin to shift a business in the direction for the purposes of garnering funding. Okay, boom. All right. Now, here's another one, computer system design services. Let's say somebody was developing websites or creating apps or whatever the case may be. That one is 5152. All right. Now, again, what you guys can do, even after the class, I'm going to actually have this up on YouTube. So you guys can go back and look at it, share it with your friends and go through it. But you guys can go through this to see which one would be best, which one would be best fitting for you. I'm going to give you another one, which is office administration services. Okay. That one's 561110. All right. So boom, that right there is your NAICS. I'm gonna go on to the next one because I gotta get y'all out of here by 1 o'clock. I know y'all busy and got stuff going on. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now here we go. 5. Number 5 is going to be your Dun and Bradstreet number. Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet is a business identifier that oftentimes banking institutions will come and look at. They'll ask you for your Dun and Bradstreet number. You can go and get this number. It is absolutely free at dunandbradstreet.com. The next number, number 6, is obvious, a personal phone number. Number 7 is going to be a business phone number. Again, everything that you should be aware of, everything that you should know about, everything that you should have in order. Number 8, the next number I want you to be aware of is the number of employees that you have. This right here makes your business strong. This right here makes your business dynamic. This right here makes your business powerful, because when a bank comes and asks you, hey, Anthony, hey, Karen, hey, Don, hey, Ebony, hey, Rick, hey, Denzel, hey, Tyson, hey, Delonte, man, how many employees do you have? How many staff members do you have? At this point in time, everybody can at least say that they have at least three staff members, including themselves. Whether you hired a VA in the Philippines, whether you hired a VA overseas, whether you have somebody that's doing your content, whether you have somebody that's doing your graphic design, you a business online, whatever the case may be, you can count that as an employee. The whole goal in this sector is to make your business as strong and as powerful and as dynamic as possible. All right, so that's your number of employees. The next one that we want to have here that is so important is going to be your projected revenue. Projected revenue is so vitally important, because there are a lot of banking institutions that are not going to ask for your tax returns, and they're not going to ask for your profit and loss statement, and they're not going to ask to see your business bank account just yet, but they want to know, what is your projection going into this year and going into next year? Do you project to just do $10,000 this year? Do you project to do $150,000? Do you project to do $800,000? Do you project to do $4 million? What is your projected revenue? Because banking institutions will take that almost as a I trust you factor, and they will approve you based on those numbers. Now, again, if you're just starting out and you haven't made any money and you're saying by faith I'm gonna make 20 million, then that's gonna look crazy and it's probably gonna grant you a denial. But if you're somebody that's just starting out and let's say, man, you got a trajectory where you've been bringing in 10, 20, 30 grand a month, then saying you're going to make 60 grand a month this year is not unrealistic. So you guys just want to make sure that it makes sense and it's in line. But that is another number that you must know. Do not go into a bank. Do not talk to a banking rep without having that information. Because what I always say is bankers have a fiduciary responsibility to ensure that their banking institution is also protected. All right. They want to see how sharp you are, how smart you are. And I had somebody on YouTube. They went on YouTube and, you know, when you're putting a lot of stuff online, you bound to get foolishness back. But someone says, you know, well, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Everything is based on a computer now. Everything is based on a computer now for a lot of larger banking institutions. But if I took you to some of these smaller community banks or regional banks or even smaller credit unions, a lot of them still operate off of very antiquated systems, and they're still reading you by way of a person. And so understanding these components that can help get you over the hump for funding is key. Next one. Hold up. Before I go, man, can I get in the chat? Can I get something in the chat? Let me know y'all still alive. Say I'm alive. If you're in the chat, if you're learning something, if you're catching information, yeah. I'm alive. There we go. Let's go. I love it. Hey, yeah. Amazing. I receive it. We still going. We got 20 minutes left. Let me tell y'all, I'm ready. I'm pumped up this year. I'm pumped, man. Listen, I believe we the people, we can take a little bit and make a lot out of it, baby. You can take a little bit and make a lot out of it, baby. Man, making sure that you are dangerous from the neck up. The information that you're gaining access to, I'm telling you, most bankers will not be able to disseminate it to you. They won't be able to guide you with it because why? Most people in the banking institution are going to work for what? A paycheck. Where can I get? They on Indeed just like everybody else. How can I get a job? How can I work my 9 to 5 and get up out of here so I can take my kids on vacation? They not. So when you come in with that insight, I'm telling you, it pushes your business and your whole brand to the next level. Let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Now we on number 10. And I call this 3 addresses blesses, okay? Because if you got 3 addresses, you're going to be blessed when you start going for that funding. All right, so 3 addresses blesses. All right, the first one is obviously you want to have a home address. Okay, next after that, you want to have a business address. All right, now I would venture to say that 2 or 3 years ago, you could probably get away, you know, maybe not having. I would highly recommend everybody having a business address. You can go get a business address from Regis. You can go get a business address from a. Oh, thank you. You can go get a business address from Regis. However, you do not, for your business address, want to go any place where with your business address, you do not want to use a P.O. box. I repeat, banks hate P.O. boxes. They do not like them. They do not consider them or deem them to be professional. So if your business has a P.O. box, this small thing can be one of those things that causes you to either not get approved or causes you to get approved for $75,000. So you guys want to keep that in mind, okay? No P.O. boxes. You can use a virtual address. You can use, when I first started out, one of my friends owned a commercial building. He owned a commercial building. I said, hey, I'm understanding this business funding thing. I'm understanding this business credit thing, and I can't use the same address on the application. Can I use your address, and can I even rent it from you? I was paying him $30 a month. Again, just get creative, okay? You can type in and get different virtual addresses near your home. One of my virtual addresses is Regis. I really love Regis. Regis is all over the country, but I've had a lot of success with them. And so you guys want to just look at those different virtual spaces. But again, get creative. Entrepreneurs, I don't know one entrepreneur that don't want to make no legal money. So if you know a business owner that owns a brick and mortar space, I would approach them. Hey, is there any way I can use your address? Is there any way I could potentially go and use your address and pay you? Somebody may let you use it for free. You might just pay them $20 a month, whatever the case may be. But you gotta have that address, okay? The next thing here regarding your address is going to be, let me write it on the board for you guys, is going to be your business email address. You gotta have a business email address. You got to. You can go get you a business email address right off of Google right now. You can go on Microsoft right now and get you a business address. It is absolutely needed. Now, on to number 13. Now, the subtitle of this one, I call it Tory. Okay? Now, again, let me pause real quick, my best friends. I got to tell you this. Again, y'all see what we doing right now. I'm breaking down the business components, business structure. I don't really like using the word student as much. A friend, colleague, student, she joined last year. She took 31 Gets It Done and started a 6-figure business. She goes all throughout the DMV area, up and down the East Coast, teaching people how to start their businesses, sharing this same blueprint. I just wanted to pause and say that because I got so excited. She was like, JT, I took the information. Man, I just started a whole consulting company, man. This other lady reached out to me. She wanted to start a business. This guy wanted to start a business. And you just break it down. Take the info. Take it. Why? I told you what Solomon said. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Because the place you're going, there ain't going to be no knowledge, working, or wisdom, baby. We got to get to it. Let's go. All right, so here we go. Tory. Now, here is how you guys begin to break down. And here's how I leverage, okay? I went about it a very calm, collected, a very shrewd, wise way when I went for the funding. And so here's what I want you guys to see. What I have here is Tory. These are the bank accounts that I would recommend businesses have. And you're going to learn why this is important on day 3 of this week. But number 1 stands for taxes. You want to have a business bank account for your taxes. And for those of you guys who don't quite understand taxes, perhaps you already been in business for 10, 15 years and you got it locked in. But I know we got some newer entrepreneurs on the line. For your taxes, here's a rule of thumb that I would recommend. For every amount of money you make, I would put 10% away in a separate bank account just for taxes. Just for taxes. That way, you don't run up 6 figures and at the end of the year, Uncle Sam talking about, hey, we need $10,000 and you over here looking crazy. All right, put 10% in a bank account just for your taxes, okay? The next one that you have is you have a bank account for outgoing expenses. Another bank account that you have that is vitally important. I do not recommend anybody going without this one. This account is for your reserves and savings. Same thing, but reserves and savings is so key. Reserves and savings, all right? The next one that you have is your incoming revenue. Okay, incoming revenue. Now, why do I need to have these separate? Well, let's say hypothetically you got somebody, I don't know, let's say you went through a lawsuit. Let's say you got a vendor, somebody that needs to pay you, and you got to give them your account number and your routing number, right? You want to make sure these things are separate. You don't want to give them the account number and the routing number to your account that has your savings and reserves. You got $100,000 sitting in an account. You just giving it out to everybody. No, you want to have 4 accounts. Get 4 different accounts so that you can break it up and organize it. And again, on Wednesday, I'm going to show you how to leverage this. Because if I got 4 different accounts and I got an account with Truist, I got an account with Bank of America, I got another account with PNC and another account with M&T, I'm leveraging myself and I'm spreading myself. Here's something I want to drop on you guys as well. Write this down. You do not ever want to have money sitting in a place with a business that does not do business with you. Well, Jerome, what does that mean? I got $30,000 sitting here and I want to apply for a business line of credit and y'all denied me. Well, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking my $30,000 out of there and I'm going to another bank that wants to play. I'm going to another bank that wants to do business. Because what the banks are doing, obviously, is they're taking our money and they're going out and they're investing it and they're leveraging it and they're investing it in real estate and stocks and bonds and ETF. They're doing all of this with our money. I know y'all making money off my money, but if y'all making money off my money, can I have some money? Can I have some money too? Or y'all just going to deny me? Well, if y'all going to deny me, then I have to go to another bank because I'm on a mission. I'm a man of purpose. Y'all men and women of purpose. We don't got time to play. All right, here we go. On to the next one. On to the next one. So y'all got this right here. Don't ever forget it. Again, you don't have to go out and create full bank accounts today. We're building business over time, but I want you all to keep in mind that I got a business account for my taxes. I got a business account for my outgoing expenses. I got a business account for my reserves and savings. And I also got a business account for my income and revenue. I got 4 accounts. All right. Now, next one. We come here to number 17. I got 11 minutes. We're going to get to it. All right. We got 17. 17 is every business, as you continue to grow, you want to have a registered agent. All right. Your registered agent is just the person that stands proxy when you're not there. All right. So if you have a virtual address and your virtual address is 45 minutes away from your house or even 10 minutes away from your house, and someone sends you a very important package, that registered agent can stand proxy. They can receive, they can sign on your behalf, and they can literally just stand in the gap while you're not there. All right. A registered agent, what I would say, it depends on it just depends on the type of flow you have. If you're just starting out, not really making that much revenue, it's not as important to have. But if your business is growing, and you're not always available and you got people sending you super important mail and packages, then I would highly recommend having a registered agent. And oftentimes, virtual addresses, they'll give you access and they'll supply registered agents or supply you the opportunity to buy or purchase a registered agent. All right, next one. Oh my goodness, this is a good one right here. This is a good one right here. Okay, this one is establishing your what? Your business entity. Okay, your business entity is so key. All right, you're either a sole proprietor, a LLC, a S Corp, a C Corp, a nonprofit. All right. You have to have these in order to go into the bank as a business to get business funding. Now, I've had someone actually go out and use a sole proprietorship. I'm going to show you and I'm going to tell you the bank on Wednesday. They used a sole proprietorship and they went out and got funded $10,000 as a sole proprietor. All right. But you're either a sole proprietor, an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, or a non-profit. Now, all this is everybody's talking about, oh, go get an LLC, go get this, go get that. All right, for two purposes. All right, the first purpose, or a couple of purposes. The first purpose is you want to be protected. All right. These serve as layers and barriers of protection so that if someone were to try to sue you, they can't come after house, home, etc. Now, obviously, there are different logistics within that, will probably require a lawyer. But you talk about the different structures from the standpoint of protecting your assets. All right. Now, when you begin to look at the differences between LLCs and S Corps and things of that nature, the main purpose, once you begin to go a little deeper, is regarding your taxes. All right. And so the differences between, technically, if you go with an S Corp over LLC, you'll pay lesser. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, you'll pay lesser or less in self-employment tax. Okay. And so these different components here is what you absolutely must be on the lookout for. But I highly recommend everybody starting out. An LLC is perfectly fine. But once your business begins to get over the threshold of $60,000 in net profitability, you'll have better tax savings by going with an S Corp or being taxed as an S Corp. Again, I'm not a CPA, just information that I've garnered from being in business. Okay, so boom, your entity setup. This is key, all right? Your entity setup. All right, next one. Next one that we have is your operating agreement. Operating agreement is really, well, it's necessary, but it's really not as important when you are doing business alone. However, if you step out there on a partnership, you must have a solid operating agreement. It must be solid. I'm giving you this from experience. It must be solid. So let's just say, I'm going to use this because this just dropped on me. Let's say Jack and Jill want to go and buy some real estate. All right, we got Jack and Jill Investments. And they went out and bought real estate. Well, guess what? Jack and Jill, inside of their operating agreement, need to say, okay, well, if any of the appliances break down, we have a 3-day contingency period where we'll go out and we'll find at least 3 contractors. But by the 7th day, we need to land exactly which contractor we're going to go with. And we're going to use reserves from our joint business bank account. And if we don't have any reserves at the time, then we're going to pull from 10% of our own savings. These are the things and the components that you want to have within. Okay, you want to have these components within an operating agreement so that the bank understands how you're flowing, but more importantly, you as the business owners also understand how you guys are flowing. So that's an operating agreement. And your operating agreement, again, you guys can go directly to ChatGPT and enter all that in, man. It's so amazing what you can do with AI now. It's ridiculous. There's no reason why anybody shouldn't have all of their ducks in a row. All right, next one is your articles of organization. Okay, articles of organization. Your articles of organization, I call it AOO. This is what you guys can get directly from your Secretary of State once you establish your LLC. You get this directly from the Secretary of State, and it just lets the Secretary of State know who's in the business, what type of business structure it is, etc. But you guys want to have this on your checklist as well. All right, number 21. This is your certificate of good standing. I know specifically in the state of Maryland and in most states, you have to pay a renewal fee of $300+, and some is $500. Thank you. I know in Boston, Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $800 to renew your business every year. But I know in Maryland, it's $300, DC like $300, VA typically it's around like between $200 to $500 a year, depending on where you're located. But that right there says that your business is in good standing. A bank will not lend to you if you're not in good standing. They want to know that you are in good standing, that you don't owe anybody, that you don't have any liens or judgments on you or your business within the state. All right, next one. And we're going to flow through these relatively fast. We only got 10 more. All right, so for 22, you guys want to have a business website. Okay, very simplistic. But banks will come in and ask you, do you have a business website? You know, can we see what you guys have going on? And you can get a business website, my friends, made for less than $300 to $500. All right, very simplistic. You can go on Fiverr, you can go anywhere online and get it. You can find a developer, somebody just throw something up there for you. Number 23 is your profit and loss. Profit and loss statement. Banks will ask you for this. Your profit and loss statement is very simplistic. It just maps out how much profit your business has made, whether it's in a monthly basis or a yearly basis, and then what you lost. Here's one thing I want you guys to be careful about. People say, oh, well, we just made $1 million, man. We ran up $1 million, man. We millionaires. You made $1 million, but it took you $950,000 to get there. And so you really only netted 50 grand. Are you a millionaire? I don't know. We'll find out on the next episode. But man, listen, you made $1 million, but you spent $950,000 on marketing, advertising, employees, and all this other stuff. And so that's your profit and loss statement. Next one here, you guys want to be on the lookout for is your balance sheet. Okay? Your balance sheet just shows your assets. All right? It shows how much real estate you own. It shows how many paid off auto loans you might have. It shows how much money you have inside of your bank account. That is your balance sheet. Okay? Now, on to number 25. Simple. You want to have a copy of your rental/lease agreement or ownership docs. This is for where you're running your business out of. Some banks may ask you for that. Number 26. Very obvious. Driver's license. 27. Your social security card in order to open up a bank account. Very key to have. 28. Congruent social media platforms. Some institutions will come to you and say, hey, can you provide us with your social media? You're saying you're in business. You're saying you have all of these clients. You're saying you're getting ready to make $50,000 a month online, but your social media looks dry, looks dead. It doesn't look like any real people on it. And so congruent social media channels is key. Your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, your X. All of these things must be in alignment, because what does this do? This gives you the ability to get over the hump. Again, you're building a case for your business. You're going in and you're trying to win a case. You're going in and you're advocating for your business, trying to get the funding that you desire. And so again, this may not be everybody's case, but there will be institutions that come to you and say, hey, can we see your social media spread? Another thing, I wouldn't be using no profanity. I wouldn't be throwing up my middle finger. I wouldn't be putting out a lot of vulgar content, because again, you are a representation of your business and they will not approve you for some of that stuff. And so you want to make sure that you are the consummate professional. You want to be the world-class leader, well-spoken, well-articulate. You want to make sure that your entire platforms look pristine, because it could be a make or break opportunity for you. I had one banking institution, specifically Citizens Bank. They came to me, they said, Mr. Tyler, this was the first bank I ever had do this. They said, can we see your social media? I showed them my social media and they approved me for $30,000 at 0% interest. But if I was on social media looking crazy, if I was on there looking like a scammer and a jammer and looking like I was talking out of my mind, then I would be down $30,000. So I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, almost done. Let's go! All right, 29. I want you guys to have access, okay? Okay. We good, money. Okay, we're 1 minute. We're 1 minute over, but we almost to the finish line. Your taxes. I want you to have access to your personal and business tax returns. Now, you may not have to show your personal or business tax returns, but you need access to them. I want you to have them specifically in your corporate book, okay? Everybody should have a corporate book. Inside of my corporate book, I have all of my corporate documentation so that if I'm ever asked to give what's needed, I don't have to go scrambling for it. And so you want to have these things, all right? Have access to them, all right? Now, next thing we have, and we're almost done. These are the last two. 30 is business license. Your business license, all right? Business license, everybody's business doesn't need a license, okay? Everybody's business doesn't need a license, but if your business does need a license, then I would recommend having it. If you are a cosmetologist or you own a gas station, whatever it is, you own an ice cream truck, there's certain licenses that are indeed required. And very lastly, business insurance. Some of you guys, businesses need insurance, some not so much. Again, everybody may not need it, but something that you should be at least aware of, because you want to make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity or the greatest opportunity to go out and get funded. So my friends, that is day one of the boot camp. Man, if you learned something today, type I learned something. Type I learned something in the chat. If you learned anything today. And Mari, 27 is social media. Yeah, okay. Let's go! Yes. Man, amazing. I love it. Like I said, guys, I am going to have this posted on Facebook. Man, if you found value in it today, send it. Send it. I love what my brother just said, man. But send it to a friend, send it to a family member, man. We're really in a very pivotal time in society in America, where, man, so many jobs getting eaten up. AI is coming at such a rapid pace, man. People need this information to go out and start your own enterprise. We live in a free enterprise system. This is not a third world country. Somebody could have went outside. I know in the DMV and in Texas, a lot of places it snowed. Somebody could have went out in the snow and made $50,000. Money is readily available to those who are willing to work, to those who are willing to apply and serve somebody. And so, man, I want you guys to share this information, because I don't believe that we are a bound people. We are not a people that are in distress because we're just not capable. We just need the info. And so, man, again, I want you guys to apply the information. And yeah, man, I love it what I'm seeing in the chat, man. I love it. I'm sorry, 27, just to give it to you guys one more time. 27 was social media platforms. Social media platforms. You want social media to all be in alignment. Amazing. Awesome, man. Listen, I'm excited. I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. I'm pumped up. We're going for a week straight. For an hour straight. And man, I'm excited. I'm excited to connect with you guys. Remember, tomorrow is EIN only. For those of you guys who don't have elite personal credit and you're like, hey, man, my credit ain't where I wanted to be yet. I'm going to show you how to establish your business credit, even if you don't have elite personal credit yet, and also how to segue that again. Remember, guys, never do any one thing for one reason. I'm giving this information out, but I heard a wise man say, you won't be remembered for what you saved, but you'll be remembered for what you gave. Man, what if this information was given to you and you gave it to somebody else and was able to start a business off of it? What if you were able to grow, man, your territory, man, grow your level of influence and impact based on this insight, man? So listen, I love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Let's go! Look, I always say, man, if you ain't pumped up and excited about what you're doing, then what are you doing? If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then what are you doing? Man, let me tell you something. Your industry needs passion. Whatever your business is, bring some passion to it. You ain't got to be screaming and hollering, but you need to be fired up and pumped up and ready to go. Let the people feel your presence when you come in the room, because that's how powerful you are. Man, God bless y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I can't wait. EIN only. Share it with a friend. Share a link with a friend. Baby, we running all throughout the earth this year. I'll see y'all soon. God bless y'all and love y'all. Let's go! See y'all soon.